You must understand transmutation in order to understand how to overcome your reality. In order to make your reality work for you, you must understand transmutation. Now, the first rule of transmutation is that you cannot get rid of an emotion that you have, especially a deep wound, a deep trauma, an emotion that is so buried within you that it comes up on a day-to-day basis. You know what that emotion is. You know what that is. Everyone has karmic cycles that they fall into on a day-to-day basis where they get trapped within their emotions. And that exact emotion is the emotion that will prolong that karmic cycle. Because as long as you are experiencing that same emotion and reacting to it the same way, it's going to be the same thing over and over and over again. Now, what did I just say? Your reaction to the emotion. That is the most important aspect to understanding your reality, to understanding your destiny. You must understand that your reaction to something is what it will become. If you have a negative emotion, stop denying it. Stop saying that this is a bad emotion. Stop entering conflict with emotion, because all you're doing is giving it energy. These emotions that are deeply rooted within you, which are most all of your emotions, if you're an angry person, if you're a sad person, a guilty person, a shameful person, these things pop up on a day-to-day basis because you feel that shame within you, because you feel that sadness within you, anger, betrayal, guilt, all of these things. You must understand how to transmute them. You cannot get rid of them. You must begin to see it differently. That is what you must do. You must see it differently. That is how you transmute. That is how you become an alchemist. That's what it means to alchemize. You transmute reality. You transmute your world. When you learn how to stop reacting to emotions the same way, that is whenever you win. Because look, there's a study on winners, people who do good, people who are successful throughout life. The commonality between these winners is that they have accrued wins over time. And the more you win, the more you begin to win, because you take on the identity of a winner. So you enter this perpetual cycle of winning over and over and over again. Guys who get a lot of girls, they get more and more girls because girls see that other girls like this guy. So their social credit, their social approval is better, right? That's why even with girls as well, whenever you get into a relationship, people tend to like you. Now, it's working on an inside and outside perspective. It's because, for one, your identity is living in that of a person, I am worthy of love. And on the outside, people see, oh, this person is worthy of love. So it's working in two directions. It's that you carry the identity, and the outside world also sees this happening. But most of all, it's about what's happening in here. So whenever it comes to wins, when it comes to losses, a loss isn't a loss until you make it a loss. A judgment is only a judgment. Judgments are subjective. There's nothing in this reality, I would argue, that is purely objective, except for like physics and science and math. These things, you can say that they're objective, but are they? Things are only objective based on the circumstances that they're given to. Therefore, if you change the circumstances, then it becomes a different objective. It becomes objectively different. If 2 + 2 = 4 in this timeline, that's because we live in the circumstances where 2 + 2 makes sense to equal 4. Now, do I know that in every single universe, 2 + 2 is going to equal 4? No, I don't know that. But the laws of physics and the laws of science and the laws of mathematics are subject to the circumstances of this physical world that we live on. Therefore, everything is subject to your own experience of reality. It doesn't matter what the world is telling you. It matters what you are telling you. So let's get back to the point of people who win over time. Male athletes, the more that they win, they've done tests on this, more testosterone is created. I'm sure it's the same with female athletes. Testosterone is the hormone where you want to fight. It's the hormone where you want to win. You feel like a winner whenever you have more testosterone. And also it goes the other way around. The more you win, the more testosterone is created. So whenever this type of cycle happens, this type of behavior happens, you put yourself into this identity of someone who wins. But get back to that point where I was talking about how everything is subjective. All wins are subjective. There was a test on little kids they did. They rewarded a group of kids based on the effort they put in, and then they rewarded a group of kids based on the outcome. They told them basically, oh, you're so smart, you're so intellectual, you're so intellectually gifted. And so they continued doing tests and experiments on these kids. The kids who were rewarded in effort performed way better than the kids who were rewarded by telling them, you're intelligent, you're smart. Because the kids who were intelligent and smart, they avoided tasks that would risk the identity of their intelligence. They avoided tasks that would make them feel stupid. So whenever you start to label a win as effort, just effort. Oh, I did this today. I'm doing great. I made a video today. I'm doing great. Nothing becomes a failure whenever you start labeling things like that. Because an experience is not bad until the human mind labels it as a bad experience. Therefore, everything is subjective to the human mind. And your perception of reality is going to be your perception of reality, and your experience of reality is going to be your experience of reality. Even if you lose, but you still call yourself a winner, you're going to get more wins than the person who loses and proceeds to call himself a loser. That's just how it works. Always. So you must learn to transmute your experience of things. Whenever you see money as a problem, whenever you see money as an issue, you see money as a destructive substance, you must transmute that emotion. You must transmute money in your eyes. Whenever you see love as a problem, if you can't find a relationship, it's probably because you have a subconscious indicator that tells you love is bad, love is hard, love is scary. So you're unconsciously avoiding a relationship. So you need to learn how to transmute what love is to you. You must learn how to transmute your emotions. That is the ultimate test of life. And a lot of the time, to people, everyone, it feels like they're lying to themselves because you're breaking your identity. Whenever you start trying to experience a new emotion, whenever you try to change your emotion, I should say, you feel like you're lying to yourself. But that's the old identity trying to get in your head. That's the spirit of the old identity. That's the old nervous system trying to stay exactly where it was, what's comfortable for it. But you need to break that comfortable, deadly cycle that you're trapped in. Because every single time, I know you're experiencing this. Every single day, you're experiencing the same emotion over and over and over again. I know you are. Everyone does this. You need to learn how to transmute that emotion to break this cycle. You must become an infinite being. The only belief that you should have is that God is the only one above you. Nothing else is above you. A business isn't above you. Another person isn't above you. Stop pedestalizing everything. Stop putting everything above you. Stop saying that this thing is above me. It's better than me. I could never do that. Hell no. Yes, you can. You can do any fucking thing that you want. You can do anything in the world, and you must start nailing the hammer down into your subconscious that you are able to do anything that you want. So when it comes to your relationships, what are the cyclical patterns you consistently see over and over again ever since you were a kid? I know that you have them. Everyone has them. What were the cyclical patterns, and by that I mean what were the consistent emotions you'd always feel? When it comes with your friends, when it comes to romantic relationships, family members, what are the emotions that are replaying over and over and over again? You must understand what that is. Once you understand, you can begin to transmute that and make it into a different experience and make your identity a brand new identity. And most of all, rise above it. Understand it, accept it, let it go. Rise above it. Stop listening to the same old story over and over and over again. You don't need to. I was once told by someone, a great master, transform, transmute, transcend. Transform your emotion into a different experience. Okay, this emotion is good for me because it's teaching me how to be patient. It's teaching me how to be a better person. It's teaching me to be stronger. Or say, there is a lesson to be learned from this emotion. You're shifting yourself from, this emotion is terrible, I feel terrible about myself, I hate myself, to, I'm grateful for this experience. This is a good thing to have. I'm winning now. I'm winning now. This was a losing emotion. This was a losing reaction. Now it's a winning reaction. So first, transform. Transmute means stick to it. Continuously practice that over and over and over again. It might feel uncomfortable at first. It might feel like you're lying to yourself at first. It might feel super uncomfortable at first. But stick to it until that cycle changes, and eventually it's going to feel normal. You gotta be okay with the losses. You gotta be okay with the wins. Don't over pedestalize something, because whenever you get too excited about a win, guess what? It's almost like telling your subconscious, I wasn't expecting this. I don't think of me as a winner. You should always think of yourself as a winner. Of course, it's okay to be happy, but don't get like overly excited and say, oh my gosh, I didn't expect this to happen. No, of course you expected it to happen, because every single thing in your reality that happens to you is in resonance with your domain of consciousness. It's within your domain of awareness. And that's another thing to talk about. It's all about where your attention is going. Your attention is the direction of your life. Where are you focusing your eyes? Where are you focusing your awareness? What is your experience of things? This is shaped by your emotions. This is shaped by your conscious. What you're consciously aware of is what is going to be relayed back into the subconscious. And then the third step, transcend. Transcend is quite simple, actually. That just means you get rid of the old identity, the old cyclical patterns. So bring it into conscious awareness. Bring it up from the depths of your psyche and bring it into the conscious awareness. What are the consistent emotions that I'm feeling over and over and over again? Transmute it. Transmute it to, you can transmute it to a positive thing. You can transmute it to just make it go away by becoming aware of it and choosing to not give any more energy to it. You can do so many different things. You have an infinite amount of power. You can do anything that you want. You can take your failure and turn it into a win. If you ask, what's the lesson to be learned here? And you believe that there is a lesson to be learned, your subconscious will go out and find every single way that there is a lesson to be learned there. Always. Always. So your conscious is the masculine. Your conscious is the masculine archetype. Your conscious is what you are actively perceiving moment to moment. What emotion do I feel right now? Right now I feel amped up. I guess I feel pretty excited, pretty confident. And these emotions that you are consciously feeling is what is going to be fed to the subconscious. And the more powerful the emotion you consciously feel, the more powerful it will rewire the subconscious. So that's why you need to practice these things every single day. Practice your awareness every single day to make your life into a new life. You're capable of anything. You're capable of achieving great, great things. Understand that. And then the world will work for you. Anyway, I hope this helps.